How's it going, everyone? I hope all is well. I want to make a short video comparing the Outdoor Research Rocky Mountain High Gaiters to the Crocodile Gaiters. The reason I want to make this review is because a couple years ago I was going on my first hunt out west, and I was just getting into hunting and backpacking a little bit more seriously, and gaiters are a very nice thing to have if you're dealing with snow or rain, if you're trying to keep moisture out, off the top of your boot and that kind of thing. and less so, but also kind of nice is if you're going through mud or just like a lot of dirt, like keeping your boots like nice and clean. It doesn't sound super important, but just a luxury thing to have. Moisture and water and snow, keeping that out of your boot being the priority. But so I went out and I bought these Rocky Mountain High Gaiters. Given the name, there's a song by John Denver, Rocky Mountain High. Like they are, and just thinking about the Rocky Mountains and how like epic they are, that they would use those two things and a play on the song name to name these the Rocky Mountain High Gaiters is a little sad. It's a little disappointing. These are the Crocodile Gaiters, and these live up to the name a little bit better. A little bit. These are actually tough and maybe worth taking to the Rockies. These are not. So I've owned these for 2 years, and I've gone on maybe a total of 4 backpacking trips with these, and a couple days hunting, I'm sure, in there as well. Not so much though. I don't often wear gaiters unless I'm on a backpacking trip. You can tell that these are just completely falling apart. I mean, like down here at the bottom, and they're just flimsy as hell in general. Okay, when I was wearing these on a backpacking trip in Colorado, the material itself is not waterproof, and it'll just saturate. This is not Gore-Tex. These are Gore-Tex. This is not Gore-Tex. This is just a nylon material, it looks like. Let me check. Yeah, these are 100% nylon. Okay. You have a thicker base at the bottom, and this is maybe like a 2-ply, it kind of looks like, at the bottom, and a single ply at the top. And they're not worth anything as far as keeping moisture off your boots. Okay. On top of that, like I pointed out here, the durability is not great. It looks like the buckle that comes across the bottom, if you were to really try to wear these for like 3 or 4 years, this might actually, I mean, maybe if you really abuse them, this is not built for abuse the way the Crocodiles are. Okay, this is like a rubberized, actually, you know what this is, like a nylon, like woven nylon, like a seatbelt material, and then with a rubber coating on the outside. Okay, extremely durable. Compared to this, which is this is just like straight up a rubber material. Okay, big difference between the two. So I'll just kind of compare these two, open them up, you can take a look at the inside. And then these, by comparison, like the Velcro strip that goes down the center is much more, like this is like 4-ply nylon, you know what I mean? Like it is very stiff, when you first get it, like they almost need to be broken in, but they're just much more tough, much more durable. It's a much thicker piece of Velcro, so they're much more likely to actually stay on you. Let's see, I'm gonna grab this bottom. And then as you look on the inside, this is not, I'm guessing that this is not nylon. Check. Okay, this actually is nylon, but it's some kind of Gore-Tex material. It's like a different, it's very different from this. So this actually has like a layer that will stop water from getting into your boot. Okay. Yeah, and then at the bottom you have a super durable, super durable, multiple layers of nylon at the bottom, protecting, sticks, keeping the gaiters actually held together, and keeping from like rocks and sticks tearing into them. So the reason I'm making this video, I mean, you might get 3 years out of these, but you're not even going to enjoy those 3 years period. Like if you're trying to walk through snow, it's going to be a nightmare anyhow. uh, it's just going to soak straight through to your boots and your socks. These, I'm guessing, will last. I've had these for about, let's say, half a year. That's all. But you can just immediately tell the difference in how they're manufactured, okay? And the quality of the materials that go into them. I don't even recommend either of these, really. I think there's a version that's even more durable than these. There's two versions. There's the Expedition Gaiter. That's on REI. I saw for $100. These are $90. And then there's a version, if you go to Outdoor Research's website, there is an OR Pro version of their website. And if you're looking for backpacking gear, I recommend looking through there. You will find stuff, and sometimes the prices are literally insane. I don't even know why it's listed. It's like $600 for a jacket, which maybe some people buy that stuff, but I don't. But sometimes they'll actually mark down those things to like $150, something actually reasonable. But on that website, sometimes they're in stock, sometimes they're not. But they have a camouflage version, and I think it might even be a heavier duty version of this, and it might even be made in the U.S. It depends on what's in stock. Okay, so that's where I would go. I would go to the OR Pro website and see if you can find these in camouflage. If you're a hunter, if not, then you don't care about that. But that is the OR Pro. That stands for protection. These are things that they usually serve, or that usually is made for the military, and they sell to the military for use. So the main point here is, for $40, you're getting something that will actually last you a couple of years, and you'll be happy that it's on you, versus something that I'm pretty excited about just trashing these and not having them in my inventory. You know what I mean? To just taking up space and looking like garbage and being garbage. You know what I mean? They haven't lasted nearly as long as I had expected. So, all right. So we're gonna do a quick comparison of the with a waterproof test of the Rocky Mountain High Gaiters versus the Crocodile Gaiters. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a paper towel down and put each gaiter laying flat, and I'm going to pour water on top and see how much soaks through. Okay, so let's do this, and I'm going to do this on the upper part. On the upper part of the gaiter. It's easy to see on the Crocodile here, the tan area. Okay, so you can kind of see how well the water like beads up on there, and then all right, I think that's about even. I'm going to set a timer for 10 minutes and come back and see what we get. All right, so you can obviously see here that the puddle that I put on the Rocky Mountain High Gaiter is soaked through, and I came down and checked. It happened pretty quickly. You can see that this this paper towel is completely soaked. Okay, and then let's take a look and see how much. Oh wow, check that out. It's totally dry. So none of the, I mean, this looks a little bit wet. You know, like you can, it's almost like the top of the fabric or something has absorbed a tiny amount. But I mean, it's like, before I put the paper towel on this one, it was completely dry. So none of it made it through. And you can't feel any wetness through the other side, as you can see there. You can't feel or see any wetness on this side. So that just goes to show, clearly this Gore-Tex material is doing something. There's a huge difference. I mean, especially if you're backpacking for like 4 or 5 days in the backcountry and you're in snow, you absolutely do not want to be wearing these. Or even if you're, maybe that's an extreme example, if you're on like a 8-day, 9-day hunt or whatever and you're backpacking or any kind of backpacking trip. Clearly, if you just want to be comfortable when it's snowing out or raining out, this is what you want to be wearing, not this shit. Like this, I knew this test. Well, I didn't really know what was going to happen with this test, but I knew from experience of wearing these gaiters that they just get soaked through. So I'm very happy that I purchased these. I highly recommend that you don't buy this junk or any of the outdoor research lower end stuff. Look for something higher end. Look for something with Gore-Tex. There's other companies out there that I haven't tried, like T&K Hunting. That's a gaiter that's 100% made in the U.S. I don't know what fabric it's made out of, though. I can't vouch for its water repellency to this degree. So that's it. Thanks for watching, guys.